Hello, welcome to Clay to Canopy, the show where I attempt to make just about everything from the ground up. Welcome to the Don't Wake the Dragon Interior Bakes series. This is the final of the games and the most epic game of the series. I am making a bingo set. Let's go do this. I was super excited when I got my new Glowforge to cut out the display stand for the bingo balls and crocheting 75 bingo balls, stitching the numbers on. I know, right? Crazy, obsessive. But I liked the task of it. I got so carried away that I forgot two really important parts of playing bingo. One is the calling cards that I am cutting strips and pieces for, and the other is the daubers. I have decided to keep with my sewing theme, and I am going to be making some porcelain button daubs. So, let's get into this. This is easy mold. I use this for years. It's great for smaller mold making. It comes in a 2-part putty, and you mix the two putty pieces together. You kind of massage them into one solid ball, and then from there you can go ahead and press them into whatever shape that you want. You can make 2-part, 3-part molds. I've used this stuff to make a 3-part mold. To do this, it's pretty straightforward. Take a lump of one, and I want to eyeball the same size. It dries pretty quickly. You only got about 20 minutes. Well, 20 minutes to dry, so once you start mixing, mushing the two together, your work time, you got about maybe 3 to 5 minutes. You want to make sure you get it good and blended. None of the streakiness, that's why they give you 2 different colors. Alright, that's one. Time to pop these bad boys open. Let's see what we got. And there you have it. Spend some time sort of mapping out a random, not so random pattern for my bingo marker cards. I think this is okay. It's gonna take me some time because there are 13 bingo cards to make. I think I need to get one full complete one stitched together. I don't think I need to pin anything. Let's see. Alrighty, the first card is done. Well, the first middle part. Only 12 more to go. Y'all, I was about to give you an update on where my bingo cards are, but I thought I'd point out this is, a really expensive piece of equipment that is now a cat bed. I don't know what to say about this. Anyhow, moving on. So, I stitched a black border around my bingo cards now that all of them are finished, the square part's finished. And then I have been ironing a double rollover, so that way I have a little lip here, and then what's going inside of them. I did not know they make a Peltex 72. 71 is one-sided stick, 72 is double-sided. So this is going on the inside of here with a piece of fabric that's hopefully not covered in cat hair, because they've been laying on this too. And then what will happen here is my edges will fold over and I can go ahead and stitch them up. So that's what, this is sewed up for that, you can see. all of that. That's the lady and Miss Lola's cat hair. Yeah, this is what happens when fabric comes out. Anyhow, so those get stitched up, and then I end up with these. Voila! Voila! Yay! Cards! So I got 5 more to do. I'm just going to go ahead and stitch them up off camera. And then I will be printing out on the Cricut the bingo numbers, which was a whole nother disaster. So I have some that I have set aside. Finding the bingo numbers that match a font that works. I found the one font for the letters that I really enjoyed, but the numbers that went with this particular font did not print well because of the size that I need. I had a giant mess. These letters were supposed to match sort of what had going on with the other graphics. I ended up having to find a number that sort of works with this letter because I like this letter. Oh, I got boing instead of bingo. And my squirrels are coming up to the door looking for food. And then here are the numbers. So I finally, thankfully, found another number that works. You have to make sure you've got the right letter when you're cutting in the Cricut. Make sure you have a right font, because the other ones were too skinny, they weren't fat enough, and it was just a giant pile of mess. Anyhow, so these I did put iron-on stuff. These are just going to get pressed on with an iron as a decal, and they are going to be done. I'm not going to go to double top stitching. It's not necessary, and I don't have time for that. I'm going to get on with doing all of this. I am so far behind, and we will catch back up once all of this work is finished, and we can take a look at everything completed. I have been down a road, let me tell you. This bingo has been one crazy amount of work. Probably I spent more time on this bingo than maybe all of the games combined. I was getting ready to deal with the tumbler, and I cut out a whole bunch of parts on the Glowforge to make this round tumbler. Then I realized that for the space I need, because there's a lot of balls, this tumbler, or this size of tumbler, if I was going to make it round, was not going to fit in one of the bins. And though it's an interesting object, there's just way too many things to keep leaving things out all the time. The whole goal was to have these bins store the games and store some of the other items in an effort to simplify this already crazy involved project that the bingo has become. I am going to make a very simple tumbler, almost like lobster cage looking thing. So it'll just be a round cylinder with some slats in it that I will fix dowels on that will roll on a stand, but that will also fit inside this bin. I have some leftover poplar. I'm just going to be cutting 2 circles for the ends. So I'm going to do this out of solid wood. I have all of these strips of pine that I pre-cut for other work that I was working on. These will work nicely as the slats to go around the outside of it. So headphones on. All right, to work. I'm going to do a quick wipe off technique using spray paint. So you just spray on. And take in a rag. Voila! This will dry really quick, so I'm going to give it 5 minutes in the sun and then rotate it. Moment of truth, y'all. Moment of truth. Yeah! Amazing! Hi, 19! Right, y'all. She is loaded in. Look at that bingo cage. Look at those bingo balls. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I added a little fabric strip there. It's actually just got a couple magnets on the back so that it can completely collapse. Because remember, everything in terms of the games and stuff, with the exception of the chessboard, should be completely collapsible and able to fit into the bins. So that way they can kind of go away and the space could be used for other things. So, yeah, I'm so in love with this bingo set. It was quite an undertaking. It was just insane because one thing led to another, and you know, we have porcelain daubers with stitched bingo cards, quilted cards, of course the infamous bingo ball that started it all, and the bingo cage. Alright, I'm gonna pull the cage so we can see the balls drop. But before I do that, let's take one big sweep over everything that's loaded in, because pretty much we're pretty close to the end of what we're loading into this dragon. I have some seating, the mattress slash chairs, and a quilt, but pretty much what's going inside, that should kind of do it for me, I think. Maybe a couple other random things, but here's where we stand at the moment. There she is. There she is, there she is. Alright, let's go pull the cage and see those balls drop. Alrighty. Ready, here we go. Yeah! I was gonna put in a roller so these would kind of roll towards me, but time got away from me, as it usually does, because, you know, life, things, and projects that are insanely tedious, that take forever and ever and ever and ever. But there she is. Lots of magnets used for a lot of parts here in the bingo. Yeah, here, let's take a look at that. Bing! Magnetic. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna call this one here. Please like, share, and subscribe if you have not done so already. Stick around so you can play some bingo with me. Stick around to watch these projects all come together. And remember, don't wake the dragon.